Hey there, everyone. Another exciting day in the markets today. Stock market still deciding whether or not it wants to bounce more from here. Bitcoin trying to decide if it wants to be bullish or not. XRP trying to take on the next moving average, the next critical point in its price movement upward. Where exactly is it going to go? Guys, you can check out what I got to say here in this video, but you can also find me over in the Discord. You can join me and thousands of other members by using the link down in the description for that. Sign up using the code word CASH. It's going to save you 50%. And you got tons of panel experts over there, including Stockmo himself, with live trading, AI bots, spread bot, you name it. The products and services seem to be endless over there. I'm going to move on to the charts, though. We'll talk more about that later. So let me pop this up here for you. This is SPY. Yesterday, we got a bit of a recovery. Not so bad, but then when do we close? So, well, we closed down. We closed up, I should say, but down from where we opened the previous day, up about 0.5% for the S&P. So not so bad for us. And, it was an okay day. I was hoping for a little bit greater. We actually opened up pretty good, but then the bears pushed that back down. So still progress, seeing a lot of these low wicks. There is some buying pressure around here. PPI report coming out today at 8:30. We'll see if that's something that helps us out. Don't forget about Michigan's consumer sentiment, which comes up Friday, tomorrow, 10 a.m. Be on the lookout for that one. Still down below the 200-day, the 20 and the 50 as well. So still in bearish territory as per the daily charts. We got to watch that. If we go out to the weekly chart, you can see we're still trading down below the 50-week with a long tail here. The bulls trying to get that buying pressure in there. We'll see what they're able to do. And you can even see this price history that we have over here, that this is where things popped out the last time. So this is where we have an area of support. Also an area of resistance. Before it was an area of resistance, now it's an area of support that we find ourselves caught up in. So over to the Qs, a little bit better of a day yesterday, up over 1%. Pretty good. I said that we should be trading up after this candle based on the volume that we saw and based off the candle patterns that we have. And, well, that's what we got so far. And then today, PPI, waiting to see what comes out from that inflation report. Hopefully we get good news, and hopefully Michigan consumer sentiment is also coming out very strong on Friday, 10 a.m. And I got to tell you, I think that we're due for a recovery still. I think that we're going to come back up and we're going to retest that 200-day, and then we'll roll the dice again to see, are we going to break it and go back into bullish territory, or are we going to get rejected and sell off even further than what we have? We're going to have to watch and see how this plays out. Keep in mind those four pillars that I keep on talking about: high GDP, low inflation, labor market participation, and then easy monetary policy. Those are the four themes that we want to be watchful for to see what exactly is taking place with the markets and what sentiment to move forward with. Those are the pillars that are going to prop up the market when they're strong and when they're seen as shiny and new and robust. And then when they start to show cracks, or if their narrative is that they're starting to show cracks or crumble, that's when things start to get messy in the markets. So let's move on to IWM. IWM showing a lot the same. We'll call this one right in between what we had for SPY and QQQ as per the candle formations that we have. It had the same candle as QQQ tracking the NASDAQ 100 here, but this IWM tracking the Russell 2000 stocks, you can see that we pulled back a little bit harder than what we did for the Qs, and we closed down the least of the performers. And now, mind you, this one will outperform to the upside, in my opinion, when those four pillars are exactly in place and intact, and that narrative is about strength or expected strength coming up, that when we actually do hit bottom, that we're going to have that climb happening. However, when we have these times of doubt, it probably is going to be the worst of the performers out of the three indices that I've covered here. So keep that in mind as we watch. These low wicks are something that are absolutely encouraging to say, hey, right now the bulls haven't totally given up, and they haven't rolling over and taking it from the bears. So let's move on from there into Bitcoin, because here's the big thing about Bitcoin. I talked about this in my video yesterday. There we go. Check out the 200-day that we have on here on Bitcoin. This is that's this orange line coming up across your screen. I'm getting a little bit of lag with my software, but here's what we have coming up across the screen. Got rejected now 4 times. You can only get rejected so many times before you confirm that 200-day is the ceiling that we're seeing right now. Don't be surprised if we sell off in Bitcoin for the short term. It's something that we can watch for, something that we might even expect to have happen sometime soon. And getting up above that 200-day. If I'm wrong and we get back up above it and we start to sell above it, that is once again bullish territory. Watch the RSI for momentum. That's also going to be a telling thing for us. So let's move over into XRP. XRP blasted through this area of support that we had here, well, it was resistance. Now it's support. We confirmed that on Wednesday, and then today trading even higher. It's the 20-day that we're contending with. That's this blue line coming right down here across your screen. That's what we want to watch for XRP is, will we get the rejection off the 20-day and sell back down, or are we going to break through it and then we get to test this 50-day that's up here? So watch the ETF talks where XRP is concerned. Watch for talks about that from the crypto summit that we had coming out. Any further news about buying from institutions, buying from governments, further regulatory news, all those things. ETFs, of course, are included in that, and that can further catalyze what we have for XRP. So watch for that adoption to take place. Those are the big things that are really going to move XRP's price, in my opinion. So, guys, let me wrap this thing up for you. We still have that question mark out if we're going to see a further recovery or not. Inflation reports are going to be huge for this. So PPI today at 8:30. So if you watch this, you might already know the results of that. CPI was actually pretty nice to us yesterday. Market sold down a little bit anyway. Now up from the previous day, but down from its peaks, of course. And then what we have coming up on Friday, Michigan consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. We wouldn't be watching for that, because if Michigan consumer sentiment talks about economic weakness or higher than expected inflation, like if that's been highly influenced for things that are going to crack those pillars or cause the narrative to say that there's more cracking for those pillars, because it doesn't necessarily even have to be there, but it has to be the part of the narrative that there just has to be some evidence that it might happen. That's going to be something that rattles the markets further. So we're looking for things that confirm strength in GDP if we can help it. Subdued inflation, especially if it's supply side inflation, that we have so much productivity happening that we bring down that inflation anyway. And then also, don't forget about monetary policy that we have tied up in there, and then that labor market. So as the reports come out, we want to keep watching them, and then we have to watch like that sentiment thing. I can't tell you how huge that is tomorrow. Guys, check out the links in the description for the Discord to join the thousands of members that are already over there, and absolutely loving to see the trades that are coming in, also putting out the trade wins that are over there. See more of my commentary. I'm expert of the week this week. You can read the extra stuff that I put in there, and then you can also read my expert channel itself. And then we have other experts in there as well. And then we also have StockMo also as part of that Discord. Just tons of people pumping out products, services all the time. And then if you want to learn more about this, you can find a link for coursework down there for technical analysis trading using the bread recipe developed by StockMo. And then also the options course that's over there as well. And both of those courses are absolutely top notch. Use the code word doctor when you sign up. It's going to save you a ton of cash. So speaking of which, cash for the Discord, use that, 50% off your first month. Doctor for the coursework, that's going to save you a ton off those courses. And that bread recipe, I'm telling you what, it's top notch in terms of trading strategy. It can help you cover the cost of those courses in as little as one trade. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning. We'll see you next video.